Whispering Tactician back again with another video, and today we have the Game Week 1, the opening Game Week preview. We have some really nice fixtures to get into today. I loved football when it came back, honestly. This is the football that I enjoy on a week to week basis. But anyway, before we get into the video, hit the like button if you have enjoyed the opening game week, if you are excited for the Premier League coming back, and of course subscribe to the channel, hit bell notifications to be notified whenever I upload, and of course comment down below, let me know what your favourite game was, if your team won, how your team did, because I'd love to know. Anyway, let's get into the fixtures, and starting on Friday, Brentford played Arsenal. This was one of the shocks of the weekend. Brentford absolutely, I won't say they dominated because they didn't have more possession, or they didn't, but they beat Arsenal, and they beat them in a very good fashion in front of their home fans, newly promoted. It's a brilliant story for Brentford. I'm very excited for how Brentford will perform. I don't know if they will carry it on, but well done, props to them in their first game of the season, first game in the Premier League in I think it's 74 years or something. That's literally like crazy, that. So I have to pick up Brentford for that. Arsenal were not at the races. Of course, they didn't have two of their star players in Lacazette and Aubameyang, but that doesn't excuse the performance and the fact that they lost to Brentford in the manner that they did. Hopefully Arsenal can do better. I think Arteta still has things to prove to the fan base who were a bit sceptical about him, but overall Brentford were just better than Arsenal. Obviously goals from Kainos and Norgard, I think that's how you pronounce it, sealed the win for Brentford. Moving on to Saturday's games, and the first Saturday game of course was Manchester United versus Leeds, the big rivalry. Man United and Leeds fans have been waiting for this game for a long time. I was excited to watch it as well, and when the game kicked, there was a lot of things before this actually. United, I think they unveiled their new signing Rafael Varane before the start of the game, and it was actually a very good unveiling. I don't know if it was planned this way for a long time or whatever, but regardless, it was a fantastic unveiling. And Old Trafford, I think, was set. Leeds were decent in the first few minutes, and then United scored through Bruno Fernandes, an assist from Paul Pogba, and then Bruno scored. Actually, half-time game, Leeds equalised. An absolute chicken zinger from Ayling. I don't think I've actually seen him score a lot of goals since he's been in the Prem anyway. And I was like, wow, like Leeds have got back into the game. They made a change at half-time as well. And then United just went crazy after that. They scored through Bruno, another assist from, they scored through Greenwood. An assist from Paul Pogba, scored through Bruno. 2 minutes later, an assist from Paul Pogba, and scored through Bruno again. Another assist, an assist from Lindelof. And then Fred capped off the win at 5-1. And it seems like Man United can always play well against an expansive team. I think Bielsa, again, I think after the match he said that Leeds played a bit better as well, so I agree with him, but there was 10 minutes where they kind of lost the game and they were getting caught open, so he might have to address something there. But that's how Leeds play, and they'll just come back and win 3-0 So it was just a brilliant game for Man United in the second half, especially first half. I think it was controlled. First half, Leeds also did play very well. I've got to give them their credit for that. But second half, they kind of lost it after the goal they scored. The next game is Burnley versus Brighton. Now these are all 3 o'clock kickoffs, so I can't speak about some of the games because I only watched them on Match of the Day. I couldn't catch all the 3 o'clock kickoffs. But Burnley versus Brighton, Burnley went ahead early doors, and on the highlights it seemed that it was a bit of a sketchy goal the way it happened. I didn't think it'd be a goal, but anyway, Brighton got back into the game later on through Morpay and McAllister. Some of the tactical changes from Graham Potter were very good. Even you could even see him on the highlights as well. But yeah, brilliant win for Brighton. Chelsea versus Crystal Palace. I did watch this game. Chelsea was absolutely, how do I say it? They were professional in their performance, and it scares me how good they were, to be fair, without actually being insane, without Romelu Lukaku, without their other signings that they've made. They've just kind of slotted in and carried on from where they left off last season. So well done to Chelsea. Crystal Palace, I'm a bit concerned, but I'm not at the same time because it's the first game of the season. You're against the Champions League winners. You're not gonna blow them away or anything. And yeah, Chelsea were just professional. Goals from Alonso, a free kick, a Pulisic goal just before half time, and Chalobah as well made his debut and scored for Chelsea. Next game is Everton versus Southampton, and Everton beat Southampton 3-1. Goals from Armstrong for Southampton early doors, and then Richarlison equalised just after half time. Decore scored to make it 2-1, and Calvert-Lewin is just a brilliant finisher. Like, he just got in at the front post. It was actually a really good finish, by the way he got in and stuff. So well done to Everton. Southampton, they don't look too bad. I'd say they still got a bit of improving to do, but it's the first game of the season. I think they'll be fine for the rest of the season, but Everton, they look decent as well, so I've got to give them their props in front of the fans as well. Fantastic for them. Leicester 1, Wolves 0. A goal from Vardy in the 41st minute meant that Leicester beat Wolves, and it's actually a very good goal. Again, just to get in at the front post and get in front of the defender. Proper striker's goal. And Vardy's celebration after it was just very much like Vardy, wasn't it, to do something like that. Yeah, Leicester beat Wolves 1-0, and Vardy goes and howls like a wolf as he scores the goal. Yeah, I just don't put it past Vardy to do anything like that. It's kind of funny. The next game we are looking at is Watford versus Aston Villa. Now, I'm gutted I didn't catch this game because it looked like a good game. Again, another promoted side winning their game. Watford versus Aston Villa. Watford beat Aston Villa 3-2. Goals from Dennis in the 10th minute. Ismail Sarr scored in the 42nd minute. And the game started getting a bit hairy after that. Hernandez Suarez scores and makes it 3-0. But then Villa started getting back into it. A goal from McGinn and a late penalty from Ings means that the game ends 3-2, and Aston Villa fortunately couldn't push for the third goal to equalise it because it was too late in the game. But Bailey was also decent. I think he gave the assist for McGinn as well, so that was good. But well done to Watford for winning their game. The last game of the day was Norwich versus Liverpool. Norwich, I wasn't expecting them to pull up trees against Liverpool because Liverpool are just a very well seasoned side. They know how to win games, especially with their players back. And Norwich were beaten 3-0. Goals from Jota, Firmino and Salah meant that the win was, it wasn't actually convincing, but Liverpool got the job done. Salah also provided 2 assists. Again, I think Liverpool still have some work to do, but I think they'll be fine for the rest of the season. If they can just get those professional wins, they could find themselves very much high up the table, higher than I expected. And the Sunday games are very interesting. The first game on Sunday was Newcastle versus West Ham, another banging game. Newcastle gave West Ham a good game, but West Ham came back into the game. Wilson scored early on, then Cresswell scored in the 18th minute. Murphy made it 2-1 just before half time, and then Ben Rama. After the second half, West Ham just started to get into the groove of the game. Ben Rama scored, Suchet scored from a rebound from Antonio, and Antonio scored a fantastic goal. And I have to say, Antonio was fantastic in his game. But yeah, Newcastle kind of crumbled and left holes behind, and West Ham just exploited that. Antonio even missed a penalty as well, so it was rebounded, but West Ham began to just pick Newcastle apart after half time, and it was a good game. I loved the game. The next game we are looking at is Man City versus Spurs. Now this was another shock. Spurs beat Manchester City 1-0. Goals from Heung-min Son and a fantastic overall performance from Spurs meant that they came away with a 1-0 victory. And I think there's a growing confidence within the Spurs fan base that Nuno is a decent manager at the minimum, and I think he can prove at Spurs anyway. But City were off the pace. They didn't look fit. But big credit to Spurs, because Spurs did the job. And I think I'm going to analyse this game on a tactical analysis anyway, so stay tuned for that. Anyway, that was the weekend's games. The weekend's fixtures. Sunday's games were really crazy, by the way. We might want to actually think about it. But yeah, guys, thank you very much for tuning in, and I'll catch you on the next video, which will be the tactical analysis of the Spurs game. Catch you later.